What if every heartbeat were a note, and your arteries the paper it's written on? In metabolic syndrome, the ink grows heavy, pressure rises quietly. Today, we open a gentle map for calmer numbers and steadier days. We'll blend science with everyday moments, so your choices feel doable, not daunting. Stay to the end for a simple plan to start tonight, and the 3 numbers that will guide your next victory. Metabolic syndrome is a cluster: high blood pressure, elevated blood sugar, larger waistline, high triglycerides, and low HDL. Together, they nudge the heart and vessels into harder work. Think of it as a storm system. Each cloud adds weight, but the horizon brightens when we thin even one. Our path is not about perfection, it's about stacking small, trustworthy wins that carry you forward. Meet Mina, 45, who felt fine until a routine check read elevated pressure. The number stung, but the real ache was confusion. Where do I begin? If you see yourself in that question, you're not alone. The good news: blood pressure responds to tiny steps repeated. Survival mode becomes stewardship. By the end, you'll have a first move you can make before bedtime. Picture a garden hose. When the nozzle narrows or the hose stiffens, pressure climbs. Blood pressure is the force of blood against artery walls. Over time, high pressure can nick the inner lining, like wind eroding stone. Calmer pressure protects the lining, the endothelium, so vessels stay flexible, responsive, and kind to your heart, brain, and kidneys. When insulin runs high and waistlines expand, vessels can stiffen, and nerves that regulate pressure grow jumpy. The risk of heart attack and stroke rises not additively, but synergistically, like stacking weights on a thin branch, reducing even one burden. Sodium, stress, or sedentary time can ease the bend, buying time and resilience for the branch to hold. Here's a twist: blood pressure often surges in the morning. For some, that quiet spike is when risk peaks: a dizzy spell, a heavier head, or no symptom at all. Knowing your pattern through calm, consistent home checks turns fear into feedback. The next scenes show how to measure so your numbers speak clearly and you can adjust without guesswork. Some people read high at the clinic but normal at home. White coat. Others read fine at the clinic but high at home. Masked. Either way, the true story is at home, in your routine. 2 readings, morning and evening, seated, week by week, paints your personal weather report. We're not chasing a single perfect number. We're following your trend. Sit quietly for 5 minutes, feet flat, back supported. Use a validated upper arm cuff, correct size. Place the cuff on bare skin, arm at heart level. Take 2 readings, 1 minute apart. Record the average. Avoid caffeine, exercise, or smoking 30 minutes prior. Make it the same time each day. Consistency turns data into wisdom. Your vessel lining, the endothelium, releases signals that relax or tighten arteries. In insulin resistance, that riverbank gets irritated, less responsive. Movement, sleep, and balanced meals calm the bank so the river flows smoothly. Imagine polishing a rough stone until water glides over it. That's what your daily habits can do. Insulin's job is to guide glucose into cells. When cells resist, insulin rises. High insulin can tell kidneys to retain sodium and water, nudging pressure up. This is why salt and sugar both matter. Lowering refined carbs and ultra-processed foods can ease that push, gradually helping pressure drift toward calmer ground. The waistline isn't just storage. Visceral fat is active tissue that signals inflammation and hormonal shifts, stiffening vessels. Reducing even a few centimeters can quiet that signal. Think of it like turning down background static, so your body's regulation systems can hear the calming music again. Salt affects pressure for many, but most sodium hides in breads, sauces, soups, and deli meats, not the shaker. Choose lower sodium options, rinse canned beans, and flavor with citrus, herbs, and spices. Small swaps compound. If you have kidney disease or are on medications, please consult your physician before changing your diet significantly. Fill half your plate with colorful vegetables and fruits, a quarter with lean protein, and a quarter with whole grains or legumes. Low-fat dairy for calcium and potassium can help. This pattern naturally raises potassium and fiber while taming sodium, a quiet equation that supports healthier pressure over time. Potassium-rich foods, leafy greens, beans, squash, bananas, can help balance sodium's effects by supporting fluid balance and vessel relaxation. Food first is a safe default. If you take certain medications or have kidney issues, consult your physician before increasing potassium or using supplements. Protein and fiber slow digestion, smoothing blood sugar and insulin, which can ease pressure over time. Aim to include them at each meal: eggs or yogurt at breakfast, legumes or fish at lunch, tofu or chicken at dinner, plus vegetables. A steadier appetite means fewer late-night cravings and gentler mornings. Olive oil, nuts, seeds, and fatty fish bring unsaturated fats that support vessel health. Ultra-processed snacks and trans fats can nudge inflammation and raise pressure indirectly. Swap chips for nuts, creamy sauces for olive oil, lemon dressings. If you have lipid disorders or take medications, consult your physician for personalized guidance. Your body follows a daily rhythm. Earlier, balanced meals often feel gentler than heavy late-night feasts. A 12-hour overnight fast, kitchen closed after dinner, can help insulin quiet down. Find a rhythm you can keep, not a rule you'll break. Consistency beats intensity in the long run. Caffeine can briefly raise pressure. Notice your response and time it away from measurements. Alcohol may lower pressure short-term but can raise it over time. Hydration supports circulation. Aim for regular sips through the day. If you use medications or have conditions, please consult your physician about safe amounts. You don't need perfection, you need repetition. Short walks after meals improve glucose and help pressure drift down. Aim for most days, not every day. If 10 minutes is all you have, take it. The body counts consistency like a savings account. Every deposit matters. A pace where you can talk but not sing builds the mitochondria, your cell's engines, supporting insulin sensitivity and vessel health. Think cycling, brisk walking, or swimming with a calm breath. 2 to 4 sessions a week create a quiet stamina that shows up in steadier numbers. Muscle is a glucose sponge. 2 days a week of simple resistance, squats to a chair, wall push-ups, bands, can improve insulin handling and support pressure. Start light. Focus on form. Breathe steadily. Strong legs and back make daily life lighter, stairs kinder, and hearts calmer. Non-exercise activity, the wiggles of life, burns more than you think. Stand during calls, take stairs, park farther, tidy in 5-minute bursts. These quiet movements add up, keeping vessels supple and metabolism humming. Motion is a message. I'm alive. I'm adapting. Stress hormones tighten arteries like a hand on a faucet. A minute of slow breathing, inhale 4, exhale 6, can loosen the valve. Try it before measurements, meals, or meetings. Over time, this small practice rewires your baseline, making calm less a moment and more a mood. Poor sleep pushes hormones toward hunger, insulin resistance, and higher pressure. Keep a regular schedule, dim lights, cool the room, and guard the hour before bed. Loud snoring or gasping can signal sleep apnea, an important, treatable driver of high pressure. Please consult your physician if you suspect it. Smoke stiffens and irritates vessels almost immediately. Quitting is one of the fastest ways to protect your endothelium. If you're ready, reach for support, nicotine replacement, counseling, and accountability. The first day is the hardest. The second is lighter. Each clean breath unclenches a little more. Sometimes lifestyle isn't enough, especially in metabolic syndrome. Medications like diuretics, ACE inhibitors, ARBs, calcium channel blockers, or others may be appropriate. They work in different ways, reducing fluid, relaxing vessels, easing workload. Always consult your physician to choose and adjust safely. Never stop or start on your own. Any new plan, food, fitness, or medication can send signals: dizziness, swelling, cough, or unusual fatigue. These are messages, not failures. Record them with dates and context. Share with your clinician so together you can refine, not abandon, your approach. Safety is success. Tie new actions to existing anchors. BP check after brushing teeth, short walk after lunch, veggies prepped during coffee brew. The brain loves sequences. When steps live together, they stick together. Progress becomes automatic, like muscle memory for your day. Make the right thing the easy thing. Keep the cuff visible, shoes by the door, water on your desk, cut fruit at eye level. Friction steals willpower, design returns it. Your environment becomes an ally that nudges you toward steady pressure without constant effort. Find a partner, group, or app that celebrates streaks and forgives slips. Share weekly wins, extra steps, a new recipe, calmer mornings. Kind accountability doesn't shame, it shepherds. When you stumble, you fall forward because someone reaches out a hand. Log morning and evening BP averages, weekly waist, and movement minutes. Patterns, not perfection, tell the truth. A simple chart makes victories visible and plateaus honest. Data is a mirror that lets you adjust your stance, not a judge that scolds. Numbers guide, but meaning fuels. Choose a reason that stirs you. Dancing at a wedding, hiking with grandkids, waking clear and calm, tape it to your fridge or phone. When cravings shout, your North Star whispers, "This is why." Plateaus are part of biology. Your body protects you by adapting. Nudge gently. Add a walk, swap a snack, go to bed 30 minutes earlier. Small changes can reawaken progress without stress. Be patient. Compasses don't panic when the path curves. Mina began with 10-minute walks and a vegetable at every lunch. 2 weeks later, her morning pressures softened. She wasn't perfect, just persistent. A missed day didn't end the story. It turned the page. She learned to listen to patterns, not to single points. A1C or fasting glucose, triglycerides, HDL, and kidney markers are teammates in your story. Improving one often helps the others. Bring your logs to appointments. Your daily decisions give context to lab numbers. If results change unexpectedly, consult your physician to tailor next steps. Write 3 questions before each appointment. Example: how does my home BP compare to clinic? What one change matters most now? Any medication interactions with my plan? Arrive with your logs and your North Star. Partnership turns care into progress. On the road, plan simple anchors. Pack a cuff, choose walkable routes, carry nuts and fruit, request lower sodium options. Jet lag, reset with sunlight and a short walk on arrival. One steady habit can keep your numbers from drifting. Scan menus for grilled, baked, steamed. Ask for sauces on the side. Swap fries for vegetables. Share entrees and savor slowly. Sodium hides in dressings and soups. Ask kindly. You're not difficult, you're directing your health. Cravings peak and fade like waves. Name them, breathe, and ride for 10 minutes. Drink water, eat a fibrous snack, or take a brisk lap. Often the urge shrinks once you move or nourish. You're training a muscle called pause. Shop the edges. Produce, dairy, fish, whole grains, legumes, herbs. Read labels, short ingredients, lower sodium per serving. Plan 3 simple dinners you can repeat. Routine turns healthy choices from effort into autopilot. Keep a knife you love, a cutting board always out, and a visible fruit bowl. Batch cook beans and grains. Freeze portions. Flavor rack. Olive oil, vinegar, citrus, garlic, herbs. When tools are ready, choices feel easy. Long sits, rushed lunches, and late emails whisper pressure up. Set a 50-minute timer to stand, sip water, and stretch. Schedule lunch away from your screen. End the day with a closing ritual to protect your evening calm. Invite your household into the plan. Serve veggies first, water on the table, and involve kids in choosing herbs. Health becomes a family culture, not a solo project. Shared habits stick because they're woven into love. Severe headache, chest pain, shortness of breath, weakness on one side, or vision changes can be urgent. Do not wait. Seek medical care immediately. For medication questions, sudden BP spikes, or new symptoms, consult your physician promptly. Safety first, always. Myth: if I feel fine, my pressure is fine. Reality: high pressure is often silent. Myth: salt only comes from the shaker. Reality: most sodium is hidden. Myth: change must be big. Reality: small, steady shifts rewire biology over time. Day 1, set up cuff, and log. Day 2, 10-minute post-meal walk. Day 3, add a vegetable to lunch. Day 4, bedtime wind down. Day 5, swap a salty snack. Day 6, practice slow breathing. Day 7, shop your list. 1 week plants a flag. Consult your physician for personalized adjustments. Track your AM/PM BP average, waist circumference, and weekly active minutes. Together, they reflect pressure, metabolic health, and momentum. When two improve, the third often follows. Let these be your compass. Simple, meaningful, and motivating. A reading is a snapshot, not your identity. Celebrate the behaviors you can control, the walk you took, the meal you built, the hour you protected for sleep. Over months, these frames become a film where your numbers learn to exhale. You began with unease, now you carry a toolkit. Measure with ritual, eat with color, move with rhythm, breathe with intention, and sleep with care. When needed, partner with medications and your physician. Agency is not control of everything. It's choice in the next minute. If this journey resonated, please subscribe, like, and share it with someone who needs a calmer morning. Tonight, set your cuff on the table, prep a vegetable, and plan a 10-minute walk. Tiny acts, stacked, change vessels, and stories. For any medical questions or treatment decisions, consult your physician. Your next heartbeat is an invitation. Answer it.